Trump administration is moving to drastically cut the budget for the National Science Foundation. Boulder's National Center for Atmospheric Research is part of that. Critics say this is the Trump administration just trying to shut up scientists who talk about climate change. Here's our Spencer Soisher.
When you talk about Boulder, everyone sees the place a little differently.
Boulder takes great pride in being a center for scientific discovery and research investment.
John Taylor with the city's chamber sees Boulder and its more than a dozen federal labs as a hub for world-renowned research.
It's so important to our innovation economy that we have that kind of expertise here in our community.
He says that research and the researchers help stimulate the local economy. But what if that research is drastically cut?
We're deeply concerned.
The National Science Foundation is submitting its budget request to Congress with a near 40% cut for Boulder-based NCAR, the National Center for Atmospheric Research. It's a $50 million difference.
That is such a self-inflicted wound to our country.
Dan Powers runs CoLabs, a group that promotes the work coming out of the state's federal labs like NCAR.
They provide ongoing and fundamental understanding of the weather processes and climate processes that affect everybody every day in our country.
He's puzzled by the proposed cuts because he says they aren't providing any alternative.
It's just, we're going to cut it. I don't know how else to read that other than we don't feel like getting more information about climate change.
NCAR didn't say if the possible cuts will bring mass layoffs, but the chamber worries what happens to Boulder, its economy and reputation, if the researchers leave.
The kinds of jobs that happen at these federal laboratories and the scientific work is conducted by folks who have very specialized skills. We want to keep them here locally.
The National Science Foundation declined to comment. CoLabs believes the cut proposals are misunderstood. For example, NCAR doesn't do weather forecasting, but they are looking for ways to help improve long-term forecasting, things that can really benefit maybe a business on a weekend that's busy or a farmer that needs to know what they need to do if a storm is coming.
I imagine that unlike maybe some other government operations, it's a little bit tough to quantify how much these labs save the public, right? As they're training people, they're educating people, you can't always put like a dollar value on that.
Right, and you can put a dollar value on how much is being spent for them. But the concern here, again, their argument is, again, that you cannot put some sort of number on it. If you prepare someone before a hurricane comes to town and everybody takes preparations beforehand, you can't judge the fact that, well, there wasn't any damage because people were prepared. They locked their stuff up.
Sure. Spencer Soisher, thank you.